Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome to another video. I was actually talking to a friend who is living in a Muslim country, another Muslim country in North Africa, and she told me that she knows a sister who wants to come to the UAE. Uh, so she told her about myself and I believe the issue was that the sister's children wants to go back to Europe due to all of the luxuries that they are used to, the comfortability and things like that. And she told her that, why don't you try the UAE? They have both modernity as well as education, and they have opportunities, work opportunities. They have deen and dunya you can avail in the UAE. So the sister agreed, like, okay, that sounds good. But then she contacted some of her friends who were living in the UAE. And guess what they did, which most Westerners do? I don't know, some type of disease or some type of sickness. But I never fail. It never fails that I hear the same scenario over and over again. When people who are seeking to come to the UAE contact their friends and sometimes even family members and tell them that they want to come to move here, they hear nothing but negativity and discouragement from those individuals. And those people never leave. They discourage you from coming. They say how it's too expensive, you're not rich, you're not married, or it costs too much money for you to live here, as if there's some type of elite and they're special. UAE is exclusive. They're gatekeeping the country. It's for them and not for you, right? You're not good enough, but they are. All that, all that bad stuff. Because I don't want to call it good stuff. It's bad, but it never ceases to amaze me how many times I've heard this scenario, and it doesn't matter what nationality it is. Everybody goes through it. Everybody hears the same exact discouragement, especially if they're from Western countries. I don't hear it from the Pakistanis. No, they try to help their family members get here. Everyone that's from the East tries to help their family. They want good for them. But every single person that I know of that's from the West, they don't get encouragement. They get nothing but discouragement. And that's bad. So I want to let you all know that just expect that, when you try to get some help or try to get some clarity besides these videos or other research that you've done. If you try to get personal advice from your friends or family members, unfortunately, they're probably going to discourage you. They're going to hate on you. That's what we call it. They're going to hate on you. They're going to try to turn you away. They're not going to encourage you at all. So anyway, that sister, she got discouraging information. Basically, the UAE is just like the West. There's no difference. You know, everybody here is actually thinking about going back to Europe. They're actually going to leave and go back to Europe. They don't want to stay here anymore, which is all garbage. That's garbage. I've heard it. I've heard it over and over again. Those people don't leave. They live in lavish lives here through their husbands, of course. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's just funny to me that housewives discourage other women from coming when you didn't spend a dime to get over here. Me, myself, mashallah, I know what it takes to get here because I was involved. My money, we came here on our own dime, so I feel what the men feel. I invested money into this country. So it's easy for somebody that's just coming over on their husband's dime, didn't have to do anything, to sit back and talk nonsense and discourage others. Easy. Very easy. But that's typical. That's typical. But be careful, The men do it too. The men, they do it too. They'll discourage the other brothers and tell them how expensive it is and, You sure you want to do that? It's nothing here in UAE for your family, blah, blah, blah. All hate, all hate. Meanwhile, they stay. They discourage you with their mouths, but they don't move. And they stay here. So that's called hating. That's called discouragement. They don't want you to have what they have. And that's just reality, And that's not about having soul done. It's proven over and over again. It keeps happening. So make sure you do your own research. If that happens to you, do your own research. Have determination. If UAE is where you want to be, don't let people fearmonger you or talk about, oh, it's too expensive. There is living arrangements and budgets for all individuals. Whatever your budget is, whether it's low or high, it's here for you. So don't let people discourage you. Do your own research, ask questions until you get a positive response. Don't get discouraged from the first or the fifth negative response from the people that you know. And actually, you should side eye those individuals if they start giving you negative responses. But the problem is, if you already have a fear of failure and you think that you may not make it and probabilities and what's the chances and all of that, all the blah, keep in mind that Allah is the one that will facilitate you. Allah is the one who facilitates hijrah, not money, not a job. Yes, those are means, but Allah is the one who facilitates you. So, Iman has to be involved when it comes to hijrah, if you're making hijrah. Now, if you're not making hijrah, then, hey, I don't know what to tell you. If it's just about moving over here and there's no religion involved, or it's halfway kind of sort of religion, but not really, you don't know, you confused, I don't know. But I'm talking to the people that are trying to actually make hijrah. That's what I'm talking about. You don't let anyone discourage you. So that's what I have to say. And don't forget that hijrah mandate sacrifice. Those people are a test in your path to block you. And if you let them block you and you succumb to the blockage, then they did their job. I wish I ask Allah to grant everyone success in their migration, in their planning, and their getting settled and integrating into the society. Ma'as salama.